Greetings, beautiful beings. Peace and blessings. Um, Give an honor to the ancestors known and unknown, to Source, Creator, Most High, all in one and all. I'm gonna share, the energies, man. The energies. I want to share something with y'all that is a part of my own journey. I would like to say my own spiritual path. Let me express this to y'all. This is to my men and women, or learning to honor the divine within us and the energies at play. I'm learning through this whole process of like what those that aren't familiar with semen retention. Semen retention is that which I've learned to grow and honor. Being authentic with my path, I haven't had sexual energy exchange, sex, or did anything. It's been, I want to say, going on, if we put a time period on it, 5 months. This is what a lot, let me first say this, women, man, kudos, pat on the back to those that like really, which I feel it has a connection to do with spirit, where we're being guided through these moments, that really go honor the, like, being celibate. Is that the word? Yeah. Or practicing abstinence, however you want to call it. That is truly amazing. But the most important thing I am talking about is the discipline in how it elevates you mentally, spiritually, and physically as a man. To the women and to those that are going through this, to those again that have experienced, which I myself growing up, sexual molestation or certain things that causes people to withdraw from these things. And I do know women that have experienced that, so it could show them to, or lead them not to want to, engage in something like that again, or even experience that with someone, that feeling of feeling safe or worthy. To you, I just want to say I love you. I appreciate you, because I know I had to love and heal through my own experiences. To some women I knew that if you aren't aware, that right there, when these things can happen, and I'm gonna get back on the topic of semen retention, but it's gonna lead up to that. That right there could be a transfer of what spirit calls a succubus or incubus spirit, which is this, or some may call it like a Jezebel spirit, to where it's transferred, and that could cause one to, the spirit could cause one to just like a destroy pretty much, that sacredness of the womb. And for a man too, to the spirit travels and it's exchange, and it drains the life out of one, because we don't, at that moment growing up, see, we're learning that through these experiences, through programming, that since a young age, men should just, oh, it's all about sex, you gotta have a big booty, or it's, just being mainly on the physical aspect of life, and not honoring that life force, which is the semen in itself, or that soul, that's a life. And so a lot of us don't know what that is. And then again, to speak on about women that have went through that experience where they have been molested, or stuff like that, I know it's not easy for a lot of women to get through that. I know it's not. It's not at all, just to feel that feeling of being safe again and honor yourself, because that's your womb. I always share this with a lot of people. Like, the woman's womb is the most sacred thing in her body. I'm here to let you know, if you don't know, the woman's womb is sacred because all and everything that has been experienced before her womb was created, was experienced either in her mother's womb, where she was birthed, or her mother gave birth to her, and then what happened in her grandmother's womb when she was an egg inside of her mother. So this is where the meaning of womb, where our minds begin. And see, it's no different or no separation from man and woman, because man is created that, the same, how can you say, like, we receive the same feminine traits from a woman. And then that's why we come in certain energies of a feminine traits, and feminine energy and masculine energy. And see, this has all been passed through trauma and being passed through generations. That being said, this is why a lot of women now, let me express to you why it's important, even with men as well as women, when we actually honor the healing process. Me learning to honor my healing process, it allowed me to see the importance on when I co-create with a woman. I am creating a life. I have to honor that. Then it allows me to honor the healing from what traumas and what you know what dark connections or spirits have been passed through our lineage. That's the thing that was really vital here. And like, the spirit, the Jezebel spirit, the succubus spirit, the alcoholism, abuse, all these things is like spiritual warfare that we're becoming aware of. And so this is why I express to my sisters is that we have to be mindful of what message that we're sending to, even on these social media outlets, because to the creator, to source, when we are sending that message, and see, this is the lower state of the body. Naturally the man is attracted to, he's going to be attracted to what spirit sees as a lower, the lower state. But it's not to say it's bad or negative, but that's what the world has been portraying and putting out there, because it's just to be drawn to the physical and naturally be drawn to the womb. That's natural for men. So when one woman is gyrating or doing certain things, we're naturally drawn to that energy, because again, your womb is sacred. So that's what men are drawn to naturally, because we are everything created from the womb. Everything, all your inner worlds, everything that exists, your intuition, all these things come from within. And see, the misuses of that and being misguided through generations and certain things being passed down through trauma, this is why you're seeing a lot of our women or certain people being misguided, because they don't know what it is to honor their womb or honor the divine within them. And so when you're seeing a lot of now women choosing to heal their womb or talk about yoni healing, yoni steaming, is because these things are connected to your generational lineages. Meaning, like, your great 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 ancestors and grandmothers, all these things were connected through their womb. All men had to come through a womb. See how deep this is? Grandfathers and all that. So even when people, at one point in time, whether, it doesn't matter, spirits, it don't matter, people believe it, we all came from a woman originally. If you go to the origins, we all originally came from a woman. There's, there is like how the woman at one point in time could give birth just by the sun. There was You go further back where you know what? I don't really truly believe anything is impossible, but um, I do truly, from spirit knowing that I know that we all originally come from a woman. I see the importance of honoring and seeing the focus being more uh, why the divine feminine, the unveiling and healing of the matriarchal is so vital. Because what we teach our women and pass down to them, a part of them is going to be that feminine aspect or energy is still going to be transferred to the son. See, the thing about what a lot of people don't know is that when a woman, before, like I was a woman, or in essence, before I say, what was it, like a certain amount of cycles that had to happen, or before actually the penis is actually formed. So in essence, everybody was in a way, a woman. Don't ask me, research, but it's to say that a lot of which is happening, and why I see the honoring of semen retention is that I grew up just believing that just to see women in this physical aspect, or seeing them as a object as the wind blows, but just seeing them as like uh seeing them as just a piece of, if you want to get derogatory, like a piece of meat, or some may say like just a piece of ass, or just she's only good for what's between her legs. And see, this has happened through music, the degrading of women, the devalue of women. This has happened through so much programming. But I always knew it was a deeper meaning, because I always had this connection to the mother that I came through. I always knew that I was here to change that narrative, no matter what has happened in my past. And now, becoming aware of the importance of what semen retention is, I have a more higher consciousness or awareness on the viewpoint of the understanding, meaning like the cosmic connection between how life is created and the beauty of how life is created, rather than, no longer where our women have to see that. What you have to realize is, if we don't face these things, especially our women, um, face why it is and who it is that told you not to like everything about your body, inside and out. Because that's truly a reflection when you look in the mirror. It doesn't matter how many wrinkles you have, if you have one eye, if you have one arm, no matter what nationality or culture you come from. And cultures around the world, they're not even focused on the physical aspect. There are men and women, this is just to give an idea on things, on how people will walk around nude. They had a deeper understanding and knowledge of, not it wasn't there it wasn't the focus on um, how the woman looked. It was more important of what creation was. And see, this is why a lot of us are returning and understanding and coming to an overstanding of how this misconceived notion of how women have been portrayed, and that no longer can continue, because that's how, if we don't have women, if our women give up on everything and who they are, we have no foundation. I mean, how will our men be here? We are the God and light, but at the same, you are our darkness and our moon. You are the cycles. We are not separate from each other. So that being said, this is it, through the self-discipline of semen retention, has gave me a greater knowledge. Spirit has gifted me with a greater awareness, not only through my art, which expresses it, but also through how I see relationships with the divine, especially the feminine, and masculine traits and energies. We all carry these energies. We all have these energies. But just seeing how the mother that I came through, the women in my family, how it's no judgment on women that have multiple fathers of their children, but it's now we get a deeper learn how, until you know what it is to heal and why it is these patterns of certain things happening, then you'll get a deeper understanding of who you are, your essence, and see yourself as being sacred rather than seeing yourself as being pain or seeing yourself as being damaged or anything that's not of the divine. And so you no longer have to attract that in your reflections, meaning your spouse or other people to come. You see in a lot of marriages how people just, or certain things I've witnessed, is that I've saw this succubus energy. I've experienced it because it wants to just attach itself to you see it on these social media outlets, and again, women not even realizing what they're attracting. Little girls don't even know what they're attracting because their mom is wearing this and showing off this, and these artists sit here, talking about, oh, shake this and do this and da 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 da, bend it over. But then when somebody comes up pregnant, or then when